You know what time it is? Look, I had a regular live stream scheduled for today. So I was going to just come on here and just do a regular live stream. But instead of doing a regular live stream, we're going to do something different this morning. Not really different, kind of the same. I'm going to be on here and I'm streaming with you guys. I'm rocking with you guys, of course. But I don't have no prepared content this morning. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to talk about, like the situation and the things that's going on in America. Because I think it's very important, man. You know what I'm saying? I think it's of the utmost important. The future of America is now. Look, I'm going to tell you something. I've heard, tell me y'all know what I'm saying is true. Almost every single presidential election, we hear that this is the most important election of our time. Oh, this is the most important. Bro, we hear this every single presidential election cycle about this being the most consequential election of our time. Am I right or wrong? Guys, I'm telling you, I think this period in America is really the most. Bro, think about it. So you have President Trump weighing on whether or not to attack Greenland, on whether or not to take over Greenland. So if he takes over Greenland, then we probably lose all of our allies. I'm not saying we'll necessarily lose our allies, but NATO, he's going to disband the North, the world order, which is 80 years of this same order. Man, we are on the verge of it all going away, everything changing. And I think this is a very consequential time in U.S. history, not just with President Trump and how he's doing overseas. I'm talking about, y'all, let's talk about ICE this morning. I'm going to tell you this. Look, so people, I've heard a lot of, bro, the reason why I didn't come out and jump out on stories like this, I try to sit back and I want to kind of hear what everyone else saying and get a take from everyone else before I give my opinion. What's up, Donnie? Which allies are a benefit to the U.S.? I am asking frankly. Bro, you don't want no allies? You don't want no friends? Because I'm saying this, what you got to realize, if you are president right now, right? So you say you work for President Trump and y'all president right now. I'm saying the next president who come behind you, he's not going to govern like that, right? So I'm saying if you the American president right now, Donnie, you don't want no friends. The Great Britain don't benefit us at all. The United Kingdom don't benefit us at all. They don't share intelligence with us at all. This the United Kingdom we talking about. Italy, they're not our friends. Oh, don't worry about France. They don't look up to all of these nations. They look up to America. America is the leader of the free world. So I'm saying you going for over Greenland? I'm saying we hadn't had Greenland in 200 some years. And you saying that the Russians and the Chinese now all of a sudden they're a threat to us. If we don't acquire Greenland, America won't be a superpower no more. If we don't acquire Greenland, China and Russia is gonna run through America. Man, come on, stop being don't be that's not authentic. So what it looks like now, it just looks like regular imperialism. I'm saying, how can you say, listen, Donnie, I'm finna read your comment though, baby. But what I'm saying is, how can you say that China or Russia or AB, listen, how can President Trump what can he say to the supreme leader in Iran? You talking about at the same time you talking about how the Iranian people are look what's going on in America. The same thing. Where's the deal? Oh, I'm gonna stick up for the Iranian people, and you saying that as I'm flipping through all the channels on YouTube, I'm flipping through the TV channels, and I'm seeing how overseas they got articles that's saying America against America, Americans against Americans. That's what they're talking about in India. That's what they're talking about in the Middle East, America against America. And in the meantime, you just get lucky because Iran going through the same thing. And the supreme leader, he killed 500 people. You only killed 2 or 3 people. So you any better? I'm saying I'm trying to figure out what's going on in our world and our country. Can y'all tell me these times right here are the most consequential times? And I just see the world order getting destroyed. I see chaos brewing. I said that last year. You called out the National Guard, Donnie, right? Can you use them National Guard? You can't even use the military no more. Donnie, think about this. Donnie, think about this. He cannot even use the military no more. The court took that from him. So you know what happened? You get sued in Minneapolis, and guess what's going to happen to your immigration policy? It's going to get handcuffed. Them judges, bro, you bring that tape in that courtroom. And if them Minnesota prosecutors, if they do that right, they prosecute that case right, bro, that judge finna kick ICE. He finna kick ICE on their nose. He gonna kick ICE from. He gonna kick them to Canada. Get out of this state. Get out this city. That's what I'm saying. What are you accomplishing? Listen, Donnie, I'm gonna read one of his comments. I want friends, not leeches. Yeah, maybe they are leeches. Maybe the Great Britain. So you call your little brother a leech, Donnie. That's what you're doing. You know what that show me? That show me you money hungry, you greedy. You calling yo, bruh, the United Kingdom, that's our family. Can you understand that? We came from England, bruh. Do you get that? This our family, these are people. Europe, this our family, these are people, these are brethren. You call your brothers leeches? That's all Great Britain is to America, is a little brother. You call your little brother a leech. That's what you call your little brother. So call Israel a leech then. Because how much aid America gives to Israel? You gonna call Israel a leech? Those are your allies, homeboy. Those are your friends. They leeches? That's what you call them, leeches, bro? I don't think so, man. I just think we are on the completely wrong path. I don't think it's a wrong path. I think it's a completely wrong path. That's what I believe. AI minerals strategically placed. I understand that. It's not what you saying, it's the way you doing it. Okay, yeah, we can use Greenland. We do need Greenland. We need why not open a base on Greenland and put 50,000 troops? If you open a base on Greenland got 30,000 people. Okay? 30,000 citizens. If it is 150 troops in Greenland, if you open a base and you got 50,000 troops on Greenland, what's the difference in owning it? Oh, you can't get the minerals. So you going to go take everybody mineral. You going to steal everybody oil. I'm saying at least China ain't strong arming these nations out their oil and their minerals. I don't see it working in the end, man. I'm saying you overplay your hand, that's what's going to happen. What happens when the protests start breaking out this summer? What happens when the protests start getting bad this summer? What you going to do? You can't call the National Guard. He got National Guard in Cali. He got National Guard in D.C. Okay? Of course, he could put National Guard in D.C. He pretty much the governor, mayor, whatever of D.C. But what I'm saying is, Donnie, the National Guard in California was already out there from previous protests. Every other state, he got National Guard. You know what happened? The judges made it. He can't use them. He can't use the military no more. So you know what's going to happen with ICE in Minnesota. The judge going to cripple, or he going to put that ICE in a box. When you overplay your hand, that's what happened. You lose power. Donnie, let me ask you a question. What's the point of charging someone with a charge that you got to dismiss? What's the point of charging somebody with charges that don't stick? That don't make no sense. You making yourself weak. That's what you're doing. You weakening yourself by charging people with charges that won't stick. Imagine I'm the police. And Donnie, I'll show up at your door. And I say, Donnie, you did A, B, C, and D wrong. And you say, no, I didn't. So I charge you with it. And before you even get to court, bro, a lot of these cases that ICE is charging people with, they getting dismissed before they even get to court. That's number one. I'm saying I'm not even going to look. We can if y'all want to. I'm going to get in the comments. Y'all keep the comments coming. Y'all like the video. Keep the comments, man. I'm with y'all. This is an important conversation. Look, I could get into the mechanisms of the way ICE is doing their business. I could get into that, but I don't think it's even necessary. All I'm saying is, and then on top of that, he looking for numbers. He trying to be the deporter in chief and take President Obama's spot. But I'm saying President Obama deported way more people than President Trump. And on top of that, not only did he deport more people than President Trump, listen to this, President Obama did that with no fanfare. I'm saying, like, most people in this stream right now don't know that President Obama deported more people than President Trump ever have or ever will, and he did it with no fanfare. He did it with no Renee Goods getting shot. That's how he did that. He did that without you knowing. I'm saying a lot of this bluster and a lot of this smoke is not helping the American people. That young lady hurt. She lost her life. She did. Bro, y'all just ain't watching it. You not up on game. I'm up on game, bro. I'm saying thank y'all for the donations, y'all. I'm finna get down in here in y'all comments. Y'all keep the comments coming so we can keep the conversation. We can have a candid conversation this morning. I'm saying I'm up on game and I'm sitting there watching ICE operations all across America, bro. You need go educate yourself on ICE all across America, man. ICE is being shut down repeatedly. Look, let me say something. I'm gonna tell you something that I witnessed in Minnesota before they killed Michelle. And if I was the Minnesota prosecutors, this is how I would present my case. Okay, so I'm saying I didn't watch ICE. I'm not Minnesota. This happened in Cali. I watched in Cali. They got agitators. So they got people. What President Trump and them saying about the agitators is right. They call legal watchers, legal observers. It's different kinds of people. So they'll have people that ride around that follow ICE, you know what I'm saying, that blowing whistles. So right before when that situation happened with Renee Good, when she got on that street, if you hear the video when it first started, you'll hear a bunch of whistles. So they got observers, they got people following ICE. So what happens is that ICE, they see that and they upset, they mad. So I seen one ICE agent in a blue truck with that black Jeep in California. He got in front of somebody. He can't arrest them. If they're not breaking the law, they're not impeding the investigation, he can't really arrest them. Every time they arresting these people, they going to court, the judge letting them out of jail. Y'all need to do your research, I'm telling you. So what the ICE agent do, he get in front of the car because he can't arrest him, and he just pump on his brake. He stop on his brakes. You see what I'm saying? He just jumping in front of a car, pumping on his bro. I'm saying, bro, like, this how they getting down. And I'm saying, not only that, think about it. In Minneapolis, since that happened to George Floyd, you know how the people don't trust the police anyway. So I'm saying you shooting an unarmed woman in the head, regardless of what your policies is. I'm talking about how it's looking to the American people. Why you just, bro, that what they did with Miss Good, President Trump, he's talking about gross incompetence. What y'all did with Miss Good, you don't realize, bro. I'm talking about you said ICE, bro, ain't nobody want to work with ICE. They don't trust ICE. They don't want them in none of our cities, bro. They want to disband and abolish ICE. One thing y'all are doing, though, y'all are, Donnie, drawing the people. The people are getting closer with their community police officers, their local police. They're trusting local police, state police more than they are the federal agents. It's unbelievable. Donnie, you cannot overplay your hand. Donnie, listen, let me ask all of y'all, why would you tell your child that you're going to give them a spanking for something they did wrong? They need to be chastised. And say whenever you go to whoop them, whenever you go to spank them, say you the mama, say the daddy come in and say, nah, you can't do that. What you think mama gonna eventually do? She gonna stop trying to spank them? Or would you lose power when you overplay your hand? Why I'ma arrest somebody that as soon as I take them, the judge gonna let them out of jail? ICE overplaying their hand. They too aggressive. Donnie, look, why y'all cut the training down? These agents only getting 45 days of training. These are federal agents getting less training, and then the training that Border Patrol is doing with them, that Border Patrol, they getting trained them 45 days, they training like they on the border, like they in the wilderness, and you bringing them into urban neighborhoods and they shooting American citizens. You talking about gross incompetence? Come on, y'all. Donnie say this way, the illegals say, stay in blue states. Nah, bro, that's not what we trying to. Well, I don't know, Donnie. I don't know what they trying to do. Maybe they are. But Donnie, you need to listen to me, baby. Donnie, this is so important. If I could talk to President Trump, if I could talk to Jay, this is so important. You need to stop focusing on the Democrats and what the Democrats are trying to do, and you need to focus on you and what you are doing. The Republicans, President Trump, and them spending all his attention. Secretary Noem, I love you, baby, but I'm just being real with you, sweetheart. You spending all your attention talking about what the Democrats are doing or trying to do. Oh, they're trying to impede investigations. Oh, they trying to stop us from deporting people. They trying, but what are y'all doing? Donnie, do you know less than 40% of the people that y'all are deporting are violent criminals? And you know what the problem is? It's an ego thing. President Trump like, oh, I want to deport more people than President Obama. That's his whole problem. It's an ego. And so now he's trying to get numbers. I'm hearing the ICE agents when I walk. How many did y'all get? How many we getting? How many we getting? How many get? So they going to snatch anybody. They snatching Americans, just snatching people. How many we getting? How many we getting? How many we getting? And then in the end, you going to deport less people than President Obama. And not only that, you shooting people. Not only that, you finna get sued 1 million times. Look how much money they losing, bro. Y'all don't see what's going on behind the scenes. I do. What he got going on with ICE is what you call gross incompetence. Gross incompetence. I'm saying, man, like to me, it's like President Trump and them, their agenda, it's affecting the normal and regular police. It's like the normal and regular police in the community. Some of them are picking up the same mentality that ICE got. It's not about keeping immigrants in blue states. That's all y'all could think about. While you sitting there thinking about the immigrants in them blue states, you gonna lose the elections in them red states. Wait till the midterms. And then it's gonna be my turn to laugh. Come December, it's gonna be my turn to laugh. Come December, all I'm gonna laugh at you. That's what God said he'll do. He gonna laugh when your time come. I'm gonna be saying, He ain't no 2-term president. You a 2-year president. He gonna be a lame duck after the first 2 years. Y'all losing seats in Mississippi, bruh. You losing seats in Georgia, bro. Wake up. You gonna lose seats in Florida. You finna get embarrassed in November. Ain't no white person in their white mind want to turn on the TV. First of all, they got to see Charlie Kirk get shot in his neck. And then on top of that, you seeing Renee Good get shot in the head. And this happened by the police, by a federal agent. I'm saying, by peace sake, golly's sake, Candace is saying something is not clean in the water with Charlie Kirk getting shot in the neck, but she not directly, you know what I'm saying? She might be saying, hey, some people at Turning Point USA, they not playing all the way, something in the milk ain't clean, but she not implicating federal agents. I'm saying with Renee Good, we all of America, how many people in America you think saw that video? Or Renee Good getting shot in the head. Because, Donnie, let me tell you something. You can arrest 30 people and you could put that on CNN, every network on TV. Ain't nobody interested. You tell one person somebody got shot in the head, everybody watched that. I guarantee you over 200 million easy people have seen that video in a week. And they got their own opinions. It don't matter if Kristi Noem come out. Listen, what she's saying might be right. It might be right. I'm not hating on you, Secretary Noem. Really, what you're saying probably right, because he probably really did follow a certain procedure, a certain. So what you're saying might be right, but the people, you don't realize how a voter's mind think. A voter's mind is not going to go by no rule book and read no rule book on this. What there's most voters ain't going to do that. Most voters cut on the TV and they say, They go back to their neighborhoods and they hear and they say, And when it's time to vote, they gonna say, And you're gonna be wondering, Republicans, this is where they always implode. You're gonna be one. Not only that, we talking about Renee Good. What about where the healthcare? You saw 17 Republicans walk away in Congress President Trump ain't even holding the line with his own Republicans. They voted for the ACA extensions. 17 Republicans in Congress voted with the Democrats on the ACA extensions. You got them Epstein files, they finna come back up. I'm trying to figure out, like, man, like this is one thing you do not need is a Renee Good situation. You do not need, you don't need none of this. You're trying to look tough. You're not going to deport more people than President. Look, this is what you want to do. If you care that much about numbers, President Trump, you could do this without President Trump calling President Obama. You could do this in different ways. Find out the tactics that President Obama used to deport all those people and use his tactics. Because I'm saying what tactics that the Republicans and President Trump are displaying right now, they are not going to work. Because them 1,000 extra ICE agents you sent to Minnesota, you might as well go ahead and get their ticket to come right on back. As soon as that federal judge get that case, I'll guarantee you he going to handcuff you. He not going to stop President Trump from enforcing the law. Oh, yeah, y'all can use ICE agents, but I guarantee you this is what he's going to do. He going to either attach Minnesota with them, he going to attach the local police, or that court going to tell you to cut them numbers in half. He going to cut them numbers in half. Y'all listen. Donnie, y'all pay real close attention. Y'all remember President Trump, all we heard about is using the military. So I'm going to send National Guards to your city. Bro, this before the 2000 ICE agents. He threatening to send National Guard military to everybody's city. You know why you don't hear about that no more? You know why we don't talk about that no more? Because the federal judge told him he couldn't do it. You overplaying your hand. He went and got Maduro. Now, listen, him getting Maduro probably was a good thing. They sued him over that. I'm saying they filing in Congress over that. They trying, bro, in the end, listen, this is with him having all the Republicans he had, even though you got a 2 or 3 seat majority, Marjorie Taylor Greene in Georgia, that's special election for that seat. I hope you win that seat. That's finna let us know some things. Y'all know if y'all don't know, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who an ally of President Trump, she retired. So she got her seat open. And so it's a special election for her seat. That's finna show us some. If the Democrats win that, the Republicans might have a 1-seat majority in Congress. I mean, in the House of Representatives. That's what I'm saying. You're going to lose all that. If you lose that you're going to start seeing investigations. You're going to start seeing President Trump people. It's going to fall apart, bro, just like it did last time. Last time you had a black man, a cop, hold his knee on a black man's neck. That's what you had for 9 minutes. This time, you got a federal agent shooting a white girl in the head. I'm talking about this dude. Look, this girl head. Y'all seen the video? He put his hand inside the car. He was like 1.5 inches from her head. And then he called the girl a F&B when he finished. That lets you know where his heart is. Come on, man. If I was a Democrat and I was running for any seat in America, especially in the Midwest, bro, I wouldn't even worry about it. Wait till about August or September come. Because it's probably going to be more incidents. All I would do is have a bunch of ICE videos. It's probably going to be more incidents. And the court's going to step in and President Trump, they finna handcuff you. They finna tell you how many. Why would you want that? He doing it to himself. He hard. He trying to play like he hard. Like you trying to play gangster. You want to be tough. You want to look tough. The ICE agents went and shot the girl in the head and you think that they going to be scared? No, them people in Minnesota, they showed up at the ICE agents' hotels. People all over, businesses all over the country don't want nothing to do with ICE. I'm watching, I'm telling you, I follow this. Businesses all over the country, they denying ICE even to let them stay in their hotels. They don't want you in their hotel. They don't want you in their city. How you going to do business with people that don't want you in your city? Them Democrats could run a play on you. You ain't got no kind of brain. You talking about false flag. They'll run a play on you, bro, and they'll trip you up like that every time. They don't care. They'll sacrifice whoever. They don't care. They'll run a play on you and trip you up like that because they know you aggressive. A little dum-dum. I'm telling you, somebody like Ghost, bro. President Trump wouldn't make it one more year. Somebody like Ghost, all they gonna do is get you to do just what you did, overplay your hand, looking like a jackhole, because it didn't go the way they thought it was gonna go. They thought they were gonna go shoot that girl, not whatever happened, gonna shoot the girl, and then you gonna look like a hero. That's not what happened. You look like a jackhole. That's what you look like. The exact opposite happened because you won't listen. You trying to be tough and trying to be bad. So now you thinking people gonna be scared. People weren't scared. People started showing up at them ICE agents' hotel rooms. That's what they did. You ain't scaring nobody. Ain't gonna be no more scared of you than they was yesterday. I promise you. Only thing that's gonna happen is this what they did. Okay, here you go. Let's go aggravate them and agitate them. They too aggressive. Oh, we agitated them. Got them agitated. Okay, pow, he shot the girl in the head. Court, next move. Court, that's what happened with the military. You know why? I'm going to keep on saying it. I'm going to get down in the comments. You know why we don't hear nothing about sending troops in those cities? Because the judge that handcuffed him and told him he can't do it. What other president? He didn't tell Joe Biden he couldn't send no troops to nobody's city. Yeah, because Joe Biden ain't stupid. Don't overplay your hand. Because what's going to happen is about a year or two, them protests, when they start up again, you can't send no troops. How you going to send troops to somebody's city? The judge that handicapped you. He done told you can't do it. So you know what you got to do? You got to wait for Governor Newsom to send the troops. By the time Governor Newsom send the troops, he might burn. He might let it burn. But see, that's stuff that you didn't have to worry about. Whenever you were playing the game like you're supposed to play it, you need to play that hand like you're supposed to. Because if you don't, it's going to come back and bite you. I done said it 1,000 times. Y'all listen, we could talk about Iran if y'all want to. The Iranian people are trying to be free. They want to be free. They want to be free. They out there protesting, and the supreme leader killing the people. So President Trump, if you really for the Iranian people, if you really for the Venezuelan people, if you really for the American people, we support you in doing that. But let me tell you what's going to happen, bro. Don't overplay your hand. Don't be too proud. Don't be too arrogant. You got to humble yourself. You want to talk about gross incompetence. You the commander-in-chief of the military, and the judge and the courts tell you can't send the military to no American cities. Go sit down. That makes him look weak. Listen, say, Donnie, I'm finna read it, baby. I promise you. Say you got a mama, right? And say you got a daddy. And say mama always let y'all do stuff, but you take it, everything mama do, you run to daddy and ask. So I'm saying, like, why, if mama know that she could get checked by daddy, then mama don't need to be telling them kids nothing that she know daddy gonna be against. Because that's making her seem weak. Them children gonna keep going and ask daddy, hey, daddy, mama said, if daddy, oh, that's what's happening in the court. Donnie, do you get it? They ain't getting it. They slow. Ghosts can't explain things good enough. And that's why, I don't know. They slow. They ain't getting it. The Democrats know. They done seen it. They done seen this trick. The judges control you on tariffs. The courts and the judges could control and stop everything he do, and the Democrats know it. So let me get them to overplay their hand, and we gonna get them kicked out of our city for good. Yeah, that's what's finna happen. ICE is finna get chastised on out of Minneapolis. So whatever you got going, President Trump, you better get it off as good as you can. Because as soon as that case work its way through court, and them Minnesota prosecutors showing that judge, that ICE agent, and they explain the intricacies of the law and litigate that case, you know what he gonna do? Not only that's happened with Renee Good, it's so much tape they gotta, and all they doing is collecting the tape, bro. Listen, I'm telling y'all, I want to share with y'all some information to where I seen in California. Listen to me. I'm telling y'all, I seen in California, in Los Angeles, at least 10 incidents of them kicking in somebody's door. Listen. Bro, you talking about gross incompetence, Donnie. Listen, Donnie, I'm finna tell you something. Donnie, They had a raid at 2 car washes. So, Christy, no, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. It's 2 car washes they looking at in LA. Okay. So they got a raid in LA. They're going 2 car washing. They looking for illegals. Okay. At the end of the day, they had wrecked more cars. But I swear on my life, they wrecked more cars, caused more damage and more havoc than the people that they arrested. They arrested 6 people and they had to release 4 of them. So you spent the whole entire day to get 2 people at car washes, and you gave the Democrat a plethora, yeah, plethora of data and information to where they gonna sue you too. Not just in Minneapolis, they gonna sue you in Cali too with ICE. Just give it some time. Just give it some time. They're gonna sue you out of every state. So you can't use the military. You can't use ICE. I'm saying they're gonna cripple you. And I'm saying when the judge come through and the judge slap you in Minnesota and you can't be that aggressive, I'm saying your dreams of catching Obama and deporting more than people than Barack Obama in 4 years, them dreams gonna be gone. They're gonna go down the toilet. And you doing all of this to yourself. In the meantime, you doing it to yourself. That bravado, bro, that doesn't work in policing. You gotta understand that. You cannot police like that with that bravado. It don't work in policing, man. You gonna overplay your hand. And when you overplay your hand, you become weaker than you was before. And that's all that's happening. President Trump sent some military people to Chicago. Where the military coming to Chicago, President Trump? President Trump, y'all remember he argued with the Chicago mayor. He argued with Governor Pritzker. He threatening to send troops everywhere. He gonna do, and now he can't send a troop nowhere. Not in America. He overplayed his hand and he lost that authority. So now he turning to ICE, and then ICE just shot a woman in the head. I'm talking about the Democrats are sitting there and they beating him to sleep. The Democrats, Donnie, you gonna see it in November. What the number they done pulled on you. They just more craftier than you are. And they sitting there and they beating him to sleep. He getting beat to sleep. His whole agenda without them having, look, the Republicans control every branch of government. 2 chambers in the House, 2 chambers in Congress, they control both of them. The Republicans control, they got the most judges on the Supreme Court, and they control the White House cabinet, everything. And the Democrats, without controlling one branch or chamber or government, are systematically handcuffing him. Systematically handcuffing them. ACA subsidies. You had 17 Republicans in Congress break ranks. And y'all trying to tell me that he ain't having no party? 17 Republicans breaking rank. I'm talking about the chaos and the chaos and the chaos. And his only reprieve is that he about to strike Iran. Y'all, let's hurry up and strike Iran so we can stop talking about Renee Good. Because every move you make in America, every month, I'm talking about the Democrat, President Trump walking around. He can't see a political battle. He walking around snag-a-tooth. He trying to act tough. He walking around. The Democrats, they finna get that Jeffrey Epstein. Look, any victory he come out, they finna get that Jeffrey Epstein story going again too, because they mad. They finna sue him over that. Because they feel like the law, he ain't obeying the law. He not giving them the information. So we finna be talking about Jeffrey Epstein finna dominate the news. I'm talking about the Democrats. They sitting there, they beat him to sleep. You got 1,000 protests across America. And they not saying no kings this time. They're not saying fighting oligarchy. They marching because a female got shot in the head by a federal agent. 1,000 protests, they organized that in 1 or 2 days. Donnie, it's unbelievable, man. I just don't see how y'all get out of this, man. Y'all got yourself in a crunch. And I know these people who don't know politics, they over there sitting there thinking that President Trump is some kind of great hero icon. And I guess that's what he's doing it for. But they don't realize what's really going on. What's really going on, or y'all are being crippled. That's what's really going on. Y'all are about to be crippled. Let's see what we got. The movement started with Frank Cherry. Why you snapping? Calm down, bro. We can hear without the emotion. Bro, it's a female getting shot in the head. What? How can you not have emotion about this, bro? You don't understand what's going on, but when you do, I'ma laugh at you because you won't listen. I'm trying to tell you, but you're not listening. That's what God said he gonna do. He said when your time come, he gonna laugh at you. In November, I'm gonna be laughing at y'all Republicans. And I'm gonna tell you, just go back and listen to all my live streams. What happened to him, Ghost? Go back and listen to all my live streams. He hard-headed. He want to do it his way. You want to look tough? You want to look bad? Let girls get shot? I mean, you couldn't even protect Charlie Kirk. This your top general. You talking about gross incompetence. This one of your top generals for the whole Republican Party that helped you get elected and everything. The conservative move, you couldn't even protect him. Oh, we don't need him. We just gonna throw him in the trash can. Okay, then. Oh, you gonna let him get thrown in the trash can? Okay, then. Watch what's going to happen, bro. You got to understand, and you should be old enough to understand this in life, that there's consequences for every action that we do. There's consequences for our actions. You have to understand this. So I'm saying you can't protect your people. It's consequences for that. ICE agents, whoever fault it is, the voter ain't gonna care what you talking about. I don't care how many times Kristi Noem or President Trump or Vice President Vance get on TV with an explanation. It don't matter to the voters. They saw what they saw. And every one of those voters, all 100 million or so who gonna vote in November, they are making their own judgment on what they saw. Some of them are gullible. Some of them gonna believe what CNN's saying. Some of them gonna believe what this person's saying. Some of them gonna believe some of everything. Some of them. You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying for the majority of them, for what they saw, they gonna take for what they saw, and they gonna take it in the vote booth with it. And for the Republicans, it ain't gonna be no good. Charlie Kirk was a moderate, not a leader from my group. He might not have been a leader. You saying he was a moderate, if you say so, he might not have been a leader. But listen, Donnie, it's like this. Optics in politics is everything. It's about how it appears or how it looks. So if you talk to an 18-year-old or a 19 or 20-year-old, especially a freshly recruited, y'all just recruiting these, Charlie Kirk was recruiting a lot of young people to the Republican Party. So you talk to a young 18, 19, 20-year-old, right? And you ask them about Charlie Kirk. What they say, what that voter say, their opinion is what matters. See, as candidates and our politicians, Donnie, we always think it's about what we think. It's about our opinion. And that's why candidates lose elections. Because you think it's about what you think and how you feel. It's not about what you think. How many times you gonna go in the voting booth and vote? Exactly. One time. How many people with you gonna go? Oh, you can't win no election having 1 million people with you. You still lose an election. It's a lot more people voting than that. So it's about what the voters think. So you talking to somebody about ghosts, y'all get focused on, listen, I'm not hating on President Trump, Donnie. He got a lot to do. He the president of the free world. When he came in the office, it was a whole lot of problems. I'm not hating on that. But you focusing as a candidate or a politician, you focusing on 1 trillion things. But that one thing that you might not be focused on, that ghosts don't never lose focus of, is the voters and how they feel. I stay focused on the voters. I stay focused on how the voters feel. That's what I do. So when you talking to me, it's like you talking to the voice of the voters, because that's who I'm speaking for, the voters. That's who I'm thinking about, the voters. Everything I tell you, This is an election year. During the election year, you do not need federal agents being involved in those type of situations. As President Trump at Trump Towers, when he won a situation that happened like that at Trump Towers with one of his security guards, you know what would happen if, say, the Marriott, let's say the Marriott was beefing with Trump Towers. And let's say a situation where Renee Good happened like that, but it happened in the hotel with one of the Trump security guards at Trump Towers. Bro, everybody would go stay at the Marriott that watch that tape. Who gonna want to go stay at a hotel like that if you know that you could get shot in the head? Who gonna want a president who your federal officers, I don't matter if it was an accident. Listen, Renee Good, she did break the law. That is breaking the law. She's impeding the federal operations. Is that not? I'm saying Secretary Noem said they got video of her throughout the city, throughout the day. They know what she was doing. They're aware that Renee Good was impeding federal operations throughout the entire day. I'm not saying that. Ain't no voter care about that. They're not thinking about that. They don't care about that. All they see is that ICE agent put 2 or 3, however many bullets in that girl's head. That's all they see. They're not thinking about all that. That's what you don't realize. And I'm saying, regardless of who they impute the fault to or not impute the fault to, one thing for certain and 2 things for sure, Donnie, they gonna say them federal agents are too aggressive. And that only falls on one person. That's gross incompetence. And that's not just Renee Good, go and Google it. Google how many times ICE has had incidents like that within the last 2 or 3 months. And you know what you do? You ramp up. I'm going to send 1,000 more agents in there. Bro, boy, I'll tell you. You ain't seeing it. So when November comes, we going to see. Let's see. Larry says, read Title 118. It talks about the penalty of interfering to attempt to intimidate an ICE agent several times. There's no parole. Nah, bro, that's not what that is. Larry, read the code, put the code and put it in. Bro, that's a misdemeanor for her to do that. 90% of the times when ICE arrests someone for impeding a federal investigation, they get let go by the judge. 90% of the time, it's a ticket. It's a misdemeanor. You trying to put the girl to death because she trying to stop you, and you thought you was going to make an example out of her, but it just did it worse. All that did was kicked half of them agents at least out of Minneapolis. It put handcuffs on that operation. That's all that did. It did not help at all. You made it worse. You can't kill nobody like that as a federal agent and get respect. People don't halfway like the police anyway. And as much as they like the police, they hate ICE 10 times less or worse or more. So that's what I'm saying. They don't fool with the police. They don't like the police. Do not shoot nobody in the head for no reason. You know what I'm saying? What you do in situations like that, let me tell you what you do in situations like that. Somebody coming at you and you an ICE agent, this is what you do right here. They said, what goes doing? I got out the way. That's all you got to do. Just get out the way. That's it. And because you don't want to get out the way and because you want to be Macho Bravo, you got to see what the consequences is for being Macho Bravo. See, every other president, President Biden, President Obama, oh, you think I'm a Democrat now? Let's go to President Bush. Let's go to President Reagan. Every other president, they going to get their ICE agents to get out the way. You know why? Because they've been sued so many times. They know how it's going to go in court. It's like President Trump and them don't care what the courts say. They don't care what the law say. They just going to try to do whatever they going to try to do. It's like they crashing out. Donnie, can you hear me? Speak the truth. Can you hear me? It looks like President Trump and them, they crashing out. It looked like the Republican Party are crashing out. That's what it looked like. To me, it looked like they desperate as I don't know what, and they crashing out. That's a crash out move. You getting ICE to shoot a bro. Imagine, listen, bro. I got 3 lawsuits right now in federal court against cities. 3 of them. This is a person who started off filing employment lawsuits. You know what I'm saying? I filed employment lawsuits. I filed 1 medical lawsuit, and now I'm doing Monell claims against cities. I ain't never sued no cities before in my life. Okay? I got 2 other cases. Let me tell you something so you can understand it clear. I wouldn't have no cases if the police ain't crashing out. They crashing out. I know that for a fact, bro. I done got pulled over and stopped 22 times this year. You know how many tickets I got? I done got arrested. You know what happened to them charges? They got threw in the trash can. Why do something that makes you look weak? Look, if any respect I did have for the police and you pulling me over and I tell you that you a stupid idiot and then we go to court and the charges get thrown in the trash, why would I respect you at all? Not only listen, you pull me over trying to get fear, you handcuff me, tow my car. Okay? Why you doing that? I'm telling you that stuff going straight to the trash can. I'm telling you it is or not. So when them charges get dismissed, you just empowered me. I don't believe nothing you say. I think you a criminal and I think you a soft criminal. That's what I think. That's how the police are moving right now. That's how ICE is moving, bro. You a soft criminal. That girl got around whether or not he thought she was going to do whatever she did or not. He shot 1 time. By the time he shot, she was around him. He didn't have to shoot her the side of the window. And President Trump, if y'all do not prosecute him, he going to get prosecuted anyway when the Democrats take over. You know that, don't you? There's no statute of limitations on murder. There's no statute of limitations on murder. So they're going to prosecute the man when the Democrats take over anyway. But I'm saying if you don't prosecute him, that's going to make you look even worse. It don't matter what the rules say. It don't matter what you see. All that matters is what the voters see. And for that white girl in Minnesota, so you might have scared her. But guess what happens to the ones you scared? You scared her. She's scared of a federal agent in her own country. You got to scare of your own federal agent in her own country. You know what she gonna do? She gonna vote against you. Sure, you got her not to go out there. Listen, the ones that's out there in the streets, I watched 2 white boys in Illinois. I don't know if they mama work for the ACLU. I know they daddy a preacher, but these 2 white boys, that's what they do. They go around looking for ICE, blowing with. Bro, I'm talking about, I seen the ICE agents with the mask on and everything. He told them, he said, hey, and he warned the boys, and I'm sitting there watching it. He warned the boys. The boys backed down that day, but the next day they was right back out there again. The ones who out there, because you see somebody getting shot, all you going to do is improve. That you going to make the whole country going to come out in full force against you. President Trump, my prediction is if President Trump stay on this path by November or slightly after November of this year, he will be constantly under the bunker underneath the White House. That's how many people gonna be outside the White House to where they gonna have a Secret Service scared, and they gonna have the Secret Service gonna be hiding President Trump underneath the bunker. And if not that, he gonna try to go out there and give speeches all over the country. It's not gonna be safe for him. I'm saying I wouldn't want to govern like that. We're only 35% of the population sticking up for What about the other 65%? In this America, everybody got guns. On top of that, like you not getting nowhere with what you doing. Why do it? How many of y'all got today? I'm listening to the Homeland Security agents. How many? Look, that right there is gross incompetence. To where you gotta get a quota to snatch humans, and you are endangering the lives of everyone in the community. Look, that's just like Donnie. That's like or Omar. That's like us being. That's like me being Omar. That's like kind of like me being in Walmart, and I'm riding on the on a forklift, And you know, in Walmart, they judging our production. So they want us to make a certain amount of moves in a certain amount of time, but we get trained safety. You don't just move fast, you move fast safely. What I'm saying, these agents are going around. How many people you snatch? He's trying to beat Obama's numbers, which he ain't gonna do. How many people you snatch? How many people you snatch? How many people you snatched? And in the meantime, you doing it unsafely, wrecking cars, shooting people, kicking in the wrong doors, and arresting American citizens. That's gross incompetence. That's what you call gross incompetence. President Trump, you saying you want to sue Jerome Powell for gross incompetence? I don't think it's going to go nowhere. It might will. We're going to find out. But I could promise you that they could sue. Look, I want to say another thing, too. All that absolute immunity, you could throw that in the trash can. Governor Hochul, how many of y'all in the state of New York? Y'all salute Governor Hochul. You want to salute a politician? Salute a real politician who really cares about people, not just on her mouth, not on TV running her mouth. Show me what bills and what policies you came up with to help the people. Show me some. Governor Hochul, she's signing a bill right now to where you could sue an ICE agent in the state of New York in state court. You might not could sue them in federal court. Hey, if you want to get rid of those cases in federal court, that's fine and dandy. We're going to drop them in state court. If you want to get rid of it in federal court in every state besides maybe Mississippi, and in Mississippi, I'll just appeal constantly. But in every state besides Mississippi, probably, if you want to get rid of that case in federal court, we just going to take it to state court. Governor Hochul, and they already getting a law ready to where they could sue ICE agents, and they could sue federal agents in state court. Congratulations, President Trump. Congratulations. Not only New York gonna do it, Cali gonna do it, all the blue states gonna do it. So now you gonna have a bunch of federal agents who gonna be scared going out to work. They gonna get sued if they do the wrong thing. Maybe that's what they need. But I'm saying maybe not in a presidency or administration where they're not overly aggressive. You put handcuffs on the federal agents. I ain't never seen nothing like this before. Bro, people, you know how much we feared and had respect for federal agents? You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of respect for federal agents, man. You don't know more? Bro, I seen you couldn't even get an indictment on Letitia Jackson. 2 times you tried to get an indictment, can't even get an indictment on people. I ain't never seen that happen with a DOJ in America. Bro, the DOJ conviction rate, Donnie, like 96%. I'm seeing y'all don't see what I'm seeing. I'm saying I'm watching the DOJ in California, not the DOJ. I'm watching ICE in California. Bro, they asked the local police to arrest the dude. The police said we can't arrest him. Bro, I swear on that. They asked the local police to arrest the dude, and the local police told them we're not doing that. So they went and put the dude in the car themselves. They took him to court. He saw the judge in 2 days. The judge let him go. They dropped the charges. I'm saying, what's the point of even doing it? What's the point of putting handcuffs on them? You think that is causing fear, but it's doing the exact opposite. All you doing is getting people mad. So you know what President Trump finna do? He finna do. Hey, Donnie, y'all know what President Trump finna do? He finna do just like this. Look, the story's moving so fast, he trying to get away from it. He ain't gonna want to talk about it no more. Watch, he ain't gonna want to. The reporters keep on asking him about it. He gonna start treating it like the Epstein file when he see what it did to him politically. That Renee Good situation is toxic. So he gonna try to move away from it and finna start hitting Iran. So yeah, they gonna talk about Iran for about a week or two. They gonna try to sue him for doing that. And then they gonna get on that Epstein stuff. Watch, they gonna dump that Epstein. As soon as he think he got a victory, the reason why they hadn't done it yet is because that Renee Good, he thought that was gonna be a victory for him. That backfired. As soon as he think he got a victory, they gonna get on that Epstein stuff, slapping him in the face with it. I'm saying the way he governed is completely against the way I would do it. And I'm telling you where that's going to head to. Where you at, Karl Rove? I don't care where. Any kind of strategist, listen to Ghost. I'm telling you where he headed to. My daddy said, you come outside and you see a man banging his head on the wall, why would you stop him? If he owe you money, as soon as he knock yourself out, because you keep banging your head on that wall, you going to knock yourself out, idiot. As soon as you knock yourself, just go in his pockets and get what he owe you. Every federal judge in America watched what happened with that girl, and they all know that you dead wrong. They might try to save America money. They might be on ICE side, try to save them from getting sued, but they all know you dead wrong. Every federal judge in America. You cannot overplay your hand. You cannot be too aggressive. You know President Trump, you ain't no pimp, President Trump. You try to strong arm females. That's the kind of dude you are, President Trump. No dudes like you. One of the dudes that's hating on me right now, he just like that. He'll try to strong arm a female. You will never get no girls like that unless you coming out your pocket and playing. You ain't got no game. You overplaying your hand, man. You don't got no kind of game, bro. You overplaying your hand. You don't strong arm, bro. You walk away from you don't strong arm nothing, bro. You gotta play. You ain't got no kind of brain, bro. That's gross incompetence. What I seen from ICE, not that situation with Renee Good. Y'all get on the internet and y'all say Google the incidents with ICE. Bro, I'm talking about they might have arrested. I'm talking about like on a couple of stings out of 100 people, bro. Only like 20 or 30 of the arrests are sticking. I don't know about the ICE agents, what he doing in the red states. I'm talking about what he doing in Minneapolis and in California. Bro, I think they trying to they got a thing against liberals or against Democrats who opposing them. So he going after them. He trying to get the Democrats or the liberals that's opposing him. And I'm saying the only thing it's doing is costing him. Donnie, tell President Trump to say he gonna send troops to Chicago again. You know why he can't say he can't? The judge, they took that out of his mouth. Oh, I'm sending troops to vocabulary. You know what the Democrats did? They snatched that from his lips. He can't even speak it no more. You ain't sending no troops nowhere. So now I'm ramping up ICE to go after Somalis. And then you know they gonna snatch it like food out his mouth. You weakening yourself. You're weakening the police departments across America. Because some people, what you don't understand, President Trump, they don't know what the difference between a federal agent and a county police officer. They don't know the difference between a city cop and a state cop. All they know is that's the police, and they just shot a girl in the head. Oh, I'm voting this November. Bro, it's millions of people. Are you scared of white people like that in the Midwest? They gonna vote against you. And the ones, Brian C., that's already out there, listen to me though, Brian C., because what I'm saying is true. Good morning, my brother. Brian C., the ones that's already out there, you feel what I'm saying? Y'all like Brian C.'s donation, and thank you guys. If y'all want to donate to the channel, hit the button with the $sign in. The ones that's already out there, they gonna just multiply. You're not scaring them, Brian C. Don't shoot nobody in the head. That's working against you. Listen, I said this yesterday. If you guys follow the content, you know they taught us in political science. This is half psychology too, but they taught us in political science about running political ads that play on the emotions of people. Republicans, President Bush, I learned this during the time he was president. So what they did is after 9/11 for his reelection, all he did was come out there and he was speaking to the suburban soccer mom, white woman voter in America that the Taliban is bad, Al-Qaeda is bad, 9/11, they're going to blow up our buildings again. The Democrat can't fight against some pygmy to fight. It's fear. They use fear. And they got people to vote on fear. He won. You feel that? So y'all seen that commercial, ASAP or whatever, the animal commercial, dog cruelty, and you see them dogs, they shaking, their legs shaking. They ain't fed the dog in 3 weeks, his legs shaping. You see his rib cage, he's skinny, he all about to die and everything. And you know why you donate that $5 or somebody is? Because they playing on your emotions. What I'm telling you is all the Democrats got to do is get that video to where he on the side of that car. Because see, once he moved out to the side, that second shot was straight through that driver's window, if I'm not mistaken. Them last two shots was straight through that driver's window. So once he moved over to the side, his life wasn't in danger no more, but he still was shooting. I don't know what you call that if you don't call that murder. What you call that? I'm saying, okay, she coming at him, even though she clearly turned her wheel. Not only did she turn her wheel in, her car moved. If y'all weren't paying attention, throughout the whole time, her car was going back and forth, kinda. You know what I'm saying? The ICE agent, he walked behind her car. You know, it wasn't intentional. I wasn't thinking about it. Ain't no agents came to her door to open up her door at the time, but she kind of was moving back and forth. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying when the ICE agent came around, I'm telling you, if he just got drugged, you got to listen what she was really an agitator. She was really breaking the law. And let's say he got drugged 6 months ago. He almost died. So as soon as he see her, he might have been thinking that is she put them brake? I know I would have been if I was him. If she pressed on that gas, bro, I'm finna take her out. Bam, he shot that one shot. He look, his cell phone hit the car that moved him out the way. And now you got that gun and she coming on the side of you. You know good and well, if you on the side of that girl, you know good and well she ain't finna kill you. I don't see no ICE agents up there. So who she finna kill in the community? And I'm saying this is a misdemeanor. Her agitating you is a misdemeanor. You can't hold your temper. Bro, that's gross incompetence. What's factual, this is factual. The ICE agents are training for 45 days. That's half of the training, at least half of the training that they're supposed to get. That's gross incompetence. Come on, man. You the commander-in-chief. You cannot use the American military in America. That's gross incompetence. You shouldn't have never tried. You overplay your hand. Overplaying your hand will only get you a big L in the end. If you try too hard, Donnie, y'all in this stream, y'all ask a girl, Omar, ask a female. A female don't want no dude. She say you give a girl your number. I go in Walmart and a girl give me her number. Y'all, if y'all know ghosts, I don't even call them. Females be giving me my number. This on everything I love. The people who in this stream, they know me. I don't care how pretty or fine she is. Baby, I'm going to see you. When I bump you, I'm going to bump you. And I'm going to talk to you. If you want to talk to me, you can call me. I don't even be calling them. I don't be worried about it. But say I go in Walmart and the girl give me her number. Say if she really feeling me. Say if she like me. Say if she really want to talk to me. And say she go home. I don't know this now. She got to get in the shower. She got 2 kids she ain't told me about yet, and she got to get them off. And you know what I'm saying? Say she got stuff going on, Brian C. And say I done called her phone 15 times in 10 minutes. That's called overplaying your hand. You doing too much. She wants you, she liked you, but you doing too much and she don't want nothing to do with you now. It's an adverse effect. Say she ain't answering the phone. But I know she like me, Brian. See, she told me she like me, so I'm calling her. I'm just calling her, Ghost, to see. You overplaying your hand, bruh. You overplaying your hand. That's what's going on with ICE. He says local police and their union support, they supposed to support ICE. They don't support Brian C. They don't support their commanders telling them to do what they do. That's what they don't support. The police unions don't support you shooting unarmed citizens. I can promise you. That car, because you sent her in a vehicle, that is not no weapon. How many people run cars into other humans? No one does that. That's like less than 1% of crimes in America. That's big news when people drive in the crowds. You might have heard of that 4 times in the last 30 years. But 4 people get shot in New York City today alone. That you ain't on. She in a car. That's a weapon. No, that's not no weapon. She could use it as a way. You could use anything as a weapon. Oh, he walking down the street with a cane. That's a weapon. Say the doctor give me a cane and you just a scary dude. And I'm walking down the street with a cane. That cane a weapon. Some people that got beat to sleep with the cane. But if the police come up, they're not going to say you armed because you got a freaking cane, bro. That's crazy. She ain't got no gun. She ain't got no knife. The two weapons that the majority of murders are committed with. She ain't got no bats. She ain't got nothing like that. She smiling. She in the car chilling. Brian C., like I said, that dude, that cop has been drugged out the window. 6 months ago, he got drugged. It's just so funny how he on the scene, though, in that situation. You know, but he got drugged 6 months ago, and he a sniper. He a sniper. He's an instructor. He's a firearms instructor, you know what I'm saying? But he's just on the scene, though. Let's just say that. But I'm saying he got drugged 6 months ago. That's a real situation. So if I'm on the edge of that car up there and that girl start accelerating, I'm going to think in my mind just because of what happened to me, pow, I'll give you that first shot. You put your left hand on that car and you on the side of that car. And the reason why we know it's called mens rea, if I'm not mistaken, I hadn't studied this in a long time. It's the intent, it's his train of thought in his mind. You on the side of that car and you stick your hand out. You ain't in danger. ICE ain't in danger. Ain't nobody in danger. And she's not a violent felon. Her impeding with your investigation is a crime. Oh, he's driving without a driver's license. He's a criminal. We're going to shoot him in his head because he's driving without a driver's license. Bro, you going to lose America. You going to lose the whole nation. Summer of love incoming, guys. Gross incompetence. President Trump, you in a position to be one of the greatest presidents ever. Gross incompetence. Summer of love. Incoming 2020. Part 2. Here it comes. The Democrats, first they got to weaken you. You can't send no National Guard, President Trump. Now they're going to do it to where you ain't going to be able to use ICE as your personal army. Because that's what Minnesota going to go in there. Democrats going to tell that judge that you trying to use them as your personal army. If they smart, they going to be pulling up scenes from all over the country in which, not that ICE dead wrong. So the judge gonna handcuff them with ICE now. Then once they get you handcuffed everywhere, they gonna get out there and start acting crazy, and you ain't gonna be able to do nothing. If the Democrats smart, what they gonna do is they'll do it next year when they could take control of Congress, when they take at least the House of Representatives. And they got the gavel and they got some power. And President Trump, your last 2 years is going to look worse than your first 2. And you know who going to be laughing? Ghost going to be laughing. You know why? Because I've been telling them the whole time. Brian C., you know this because you've been on this channel. You know the first time Al Green talked about impeaching him was in July of 2025. July 2025, he ain't been in office number 6 years, and Al Green introducing impeachment articles. Okay, so you want to redraw the districts and get rid of Al Green, and you want to get rid of Jasmine seats. Texas Democrats. Them two of the Democrats coming at him the hardest from Texas. He redrew their seats out. Okay, you think that's going to help you? If you think that's going to help you, it ain't going to help you, bruh. I'm saying, listen, I ain't going to call no names. I heard a Democrat said, they asked that Democrat, they said, hey, they say, what you think about President Trump, the possibility of him getting impeached? You think they going to impeach? They said he done at least 10 things at 10 impeachable offenses already. You know what that let me know? As soon as they get that gavel, I'm telling you, they going to be on your head top. Underneath the White House bunker, President Trump, we go. Laugh now, cry later. God said that you mocked and you laughed. God said he stretched out his hand. He said, ain't no man regard. They laughed at me. They laughing at me. Oh, God said we gonna get impeached. Oh, I'm the Supreme. And bro, how stupid and slow you are 2 years ago. I'm saying, bro, it's like, so y'all remember 2020, right, Brian C.? It's only been 4 years. Bro, he had to fight for his life not to go to jail. He got this, Brian C., he was this close from jail. Lucky. If he lose that election, Brian C., he'd be in jail right now. Melania would have divorced him right now. Right now. If he would have lost that election, he was this close to being in prison right now. But you make it. It's supposedly a bullet or a glass from or hit him upside his ear. He survived assassination, so he make it. And I'm saying, so you make it through all this, and what you do is we gonna get at the Democrats. And you only got 40, you ain't even got 50% of the people who voted for you. You talking about a mandate? How you got a mandate and you got 47% of the vote? Where your mandate at? You ain't even got 50% of the vote. Where's your mandate? You got a mandate with less than half of the voters voting for you, and you acting like that. How President Trump acting like he got 70% of the vote. That's how he acting. Oh, them old 30% of the people. It's like common sense. You don't got basic mathematics, basic numbers. You got 7 out of 10 people in America with you. Oh, we could overcome them 3 people, even if we shooting people in the head. 7 of us could overcome them 3 as long as you hold a line. But I'm saying you ain't even got 5 out of 10 people who stepping with you. You got less than half the people with you. And you losing people, you shedding people as you go. In the end, all he gonna be down to is the MAGA base. And the MAGA base ain't enough to keep the American people off of him. The Proud Boys, I don't care who you get to come to your aid. I done showed you that. You saw what happened in 2020 and 2021. When Gavin Newsom get elected, he gonna lock them all up. Not the ones you pardon. He can't do that legally. He gonna have a whole nother list of them that you gonna try to do your little fight for. Yeah, it's coming, bro. MAGA, they ain't gonna go out like no crybabies. They gonna try to stand up, but they gonna get mowed down. Because the Democrats are smarter than you. They move different than you. You trying to act like you a gangster, bro. You're not no gangster. Are ICE, are they gangsters? Because I'm saying if ICE look like gangsters, you gonna get impeached. They might get rid of you. It's possible that they could. This is your last time. I mean, they could tell the Republicans, hey, y'all, if we get rid of them, like, we ain't got to never worry about this Trump thing again. J.D. Vance gonna come in. He gonna be completely different than how Trump was. JD he gonna be more like a regular establishment Republican. If we get rid of Donald Trump, y'all, it could whisper to some Republicans. You ain't got to worry about him trying to primary you or not. We get rid of him one time for the last time and be through with him. They might get rid of you this time. And Stephen Miller, I'ma laugh in your face. All that bluster, I'ma laugh at you. That's what I'm saying. You gotta be humble. As a leader, bro, think about this. All y'all saying y'all Christians, you laughing. Was Jesus was God. Was he humble? Or was he like you? I'm saying because ain't none of y'all God. God don't have to be humble. I'm talking about Jehovah Jireh in his pure form. He does not have to be humble. Every knee needs to submit to God in his pure form. But when God came as a man, he had every authority and power. He trying to teach us how to live. How was God? Jesus acted like President Trump. He got his chest out and his head up. Bro, you got to humble yourself. Ronald Reagan was humble. He still was strong. He still did what he wanted to do. But I'm saying he got the respect and love. Y'all heard of Reagan Democrats before. You know why Democrats voted for Ronald Reagan? Because that's just something in President Trump he was never able to muster. I believe he could have had Democrats vote for him. Because Ghost's real close over there with the Democratic Party, even though I call myself a conservative. But I'm saying with his policies and the things he support, I could see myself possibly, even though I never did. But I'm saying with the actions he have now, they telling me to choose, pick a party. You want me to choose a Democrat or choose a Republican? They telling me to pick a party. I don't have to pick one. They're picking for me. If I'm for the people, right? Brian C., I'm for the people. Show me your evidence how President Trump and his administration is for the people. I know they for big businesses. Every time I see President Trump, he got a millionaire or a billionaire next to him. I'm talking about not in his cabinet. We just seen him. He at that long table. He got talking about taking Venezuelan oil. That's a whole nother conversation, bro. But we ain't gonna do it right now. At that long table, he got 1,000 executives with him. And I'm saying it don't look good. He care about business. He care about money. He care about getting rich. But what he doing for the people? Still starving. Veterans, homeless veterans ain't doing nothing to help them. Nothing. Stuff still expensive. We know he care about the businesses. He come out and stand up for ICE. He protecting that officer. But what happened to Charlie Kirk? I'm saying, show me how you for the people. Because it looked like the Democrats for the people. That's what it looked like. I don't care if they really not for the people. What I'm saying is they're out positioning you and they're out maneuvering you. That's the same thing what President Obama did. I'm trying to tell you, when he deporting more people than you, President Trump, he not getting on TV making that racket. When you get on TV, you tell this what President, you talking about gross incompetence. Let's talk gross incompetence. This what President Trump, hey, I'm finna go out there and send 3,000 ICE agents to Minneapolis. That's what President Trump doing it. You know how President Obama doing it? Y'all, hold on a second. Listen, I'm President Obama. This how President Trump doing it like this. Hey, y'all, I'm finna send 3,000 ICE agents to Minneapolis. Y'all better be scared. That's President Trump style. This how President Obama's doing it. Hey, y'all, excuse me for just a second. I got a call coming in. Excuse me real quick. Okay. Well, okay, Valerie. Yeah, make sure you send all 3,000 of them, Valerie. Okay. All right, y'all. How are y'all doing? Oh, yeah. We were just talking about how we're going to try to ramp up our enforcement a little bit and enforce American laws, y'all. Miami, what's going on? That's how President Obama do a smooth character. President Trump, I could tell you ain't getting no girls because the way you move. President Trump, you like a strong arm type dude. I'm gonna come in here bullying. Ain't no bully getting no girls. Or unless she got a black eye, you beating her up. That's what I'm saying, bro. You need to go get you a player. He know how to play. President Obama was a player. He a smooth criminal. He deporting more. You know why they not impeding his deportations? Because he don't have a mouth. He not mouthy. Oh, we finna send 3,000 ICE agents. Bro, I'm telling you, 1,000 agents on their way to Minneapolis. They finna go back home. Soon as Minnesota moved that case through court, don't worry about it. They going back home. But every time you do it, they got that on CNN, 1,000 more ICE. I done seen it, not Ghost know. Everybody know. So how you supposed to be able to be successful with your operation if you got a big mouth? What? ICE finna be in Seattle. Ain't nobody finna know it. They ain't gonna know it. They gonna have to go hire Putin or the United Kingdom to bring some intelligence to see how I'm moving my ICE agents. Because that's what it be secret. Not being secret within the city because you don't want cameras capturing you doing something illegal. That let me know you incompetent. Bro, come put some cameras on me. Bro, I live with a camera on me. My whole life I live with a camera on me. I don't care. I'm going to live my regular life. And when you finish, you're going to feel stupid because you're going to have to try to make up charges to get them to stick, and they're going to go to the trash can. You could come arrest me all you want to. Whatever you arresting me with is going to the trash. You ain't got no power. Imagine you being the leader of the free world saying arrest him, and as soon as you arrest me, the judge going to let me go. I already know it. With the cop who came to arrest me, go play the body camera. It's playing in court. And when it play in court, if the judge, he probably gonna put some gags on it. But if y'all could go get the case, when the case over, I'm gonna give y'all the case number and go watch the body camera. I'm talking just like this to that cop. And I told him, you stupid, because whatever you do, you gonna get sued, you might get fired, and whatever charge you charging me with, going straight to the trash. Get the right charge. It's going to the trash. 22 times you pulled me over. Where's that, Ghost? In the trash. How somebody scared of you? Every time you pull them over, it's going to the trash. You can't get no respect like that. Listen, let me tell you how the feds move, how they used to move. I'm going to tell you how you get a 99% conviction rate, 99%. You know what that means? That means everybody, the feds at one time, I'm a street dude. The streets don't respect the feds no more. You could beat the feds now. You used to couldn't beat the feds, but with President Trump, you could beat them. All you got to do is get old Governor Newsom. I'm sorry, I'm not accusing you nothing, my brother, but just rock with me for a second. All you got to do is get Governor Newsom to make a phone call. All they got to do is pull up, just stick a bottle of water in front of an ICE agent like this. Throw a bottle of water on him. Watch what he do. He end up killing somebody. We just gonna have some people out there recording him kill somebody, and then we gonna stomp you in an election because you're not smart. You're not smart enough. You talking about intelligence, bro? That's like ABC stuff. You trying to prove a point, but you don't understand that you don't have a supreme authority, bro. You cannot take over America. Ain't no one man could take over America. You know there's probably 10 to 15 guns for every house in America. There's more guns in America than people. What you gonna take over? And people gonna get out there. You see how they acting right now. Look, this is how the feds used to operate back in the day. I don't know how they getting down. I don't know how President Trump got them operating now, but I'm going to tell you how they used to operate back in the day. This is how they used to get down. I'm being completely honest with you. This is what they used to do. So back in the day, how the feds would move, there was a dude where I'm from in Mississippi, okay? He's selling dope. He flying the dope in on the airplane. He flying the dope in on an airplane to a private neighborhood and been doing it for 10 years, and the feds have been watching him for 9 years. 9 years. I'm going to tell you how they got on him. State troopers, they sitting on the side of the interstate one night, and all they see is a blip go against the radar. He shake his radar. He don't think nothing of it. It malfunction. You know, he's sitting there messing with it. So about a week or two later, this is a true story. State troopers sitting out there, they see another blip go against the radar. This time he must have seen something, a light hit something. And you know what he noticed? He noticed that was a car who didn't have no lights on, all black car with no lights on, down a dark country road, and he about 120 something miles per hour, wide open. Oh, so a state trooper got smart. That car come rolling back again. They was down the road waiting for they followed him. So he running the drugs in the dark. These were some smart white boys now. Flying the dope in on a private airplane. The Fed, he been doing it for 10 years. It's a small community. Everybody in the community know that boy selling dope. But you know how the feds used to move? They sat on them. You know why they didn't swing? Because the feds don't get you for no charges that don't stick. That's how they used to be. President Trump is changing them. He's making the criminals, they're not going to, you losing respect for that organization, for that DOJ. The feds used to get people on legit charges that was going to stick. That's what they used to do. They used to get people on legit charges that was going to stick. That's how they used to move. Bro, they sat on that dude for 9 years. For 8, the police know he's selling dope and everything. They mad he's selling dope and the feds won't move, but they did move. And when they move, you know what the dude did? He didn't try to fight him. You know, Mississippi, they conviction rate is like 30. The state's conviction rate in Mississippi like 30 to 40% on a murder, 40% on a murder, or 30-some percent Don't hate on Mississippi. It's a lot of states whose conviction rate is worse than that. I'm saying the Fed's conviction rate is like 99%. Yeah, they wouldn't arrest. They were professional cops. They wouldn't arrest you or they wouldn't come after you unless they know they had you. It's gonna stick. That's how the Feds do it. They let that boy sell dope for 99 years. But when they came a knocking, he plead out. He didn't even fight it. You get a lawyer against the Feds to get a good plea deal. You gotta know what you're doing. You gotta hire the lawyers who good with those district attorneys, and get you a good plea deal. A lawyer who good with game. He could cap. He could talk good, and get you a good plea deal. Sentencing guidelines, get a good plea deal, and that's it. You can't even fight it. You go into court, you finna get 100 years. Because they're going to systematically sit on you and they're going to build that case into its right. They're going to get subpoena after before they indict you. And when they indict you, you through. You cooked. That's how they used to be. The feds these days, bro, I'll tell you, you go slap a Fed in the face almost. He going to do something stupid. Just make sure you got on some bulletproof. He going to do something stupid. And whatever charge you got, you're going to get out the charge and you're going to be able to sue him. Not only can you, bro, you said that cop got absolute immunity. I don't see how you think a Fed, if an unlawful killing, you think that he going to have absolute immunity. If he has absolute immunity now, all they got to do is keep suing. And that absolute immunity going to go to the trash can, I promise you. And you know who doing it to him? President Trump, you doing it to him. You weakening the Fed. You endangering them ICE agents' lives. That's what you're doing. You endangering their lives. By the way that you governor, you endangering them lives. You endangering American troops' lives. You don't believe me? We gonna see. We about to see. What's up, Smashley? But it's not working, Smashley. That's what I'm saying. They trying to create fear among the citizens. And what happened instead, you have protesters showing up at the ICE agents' hotels. What? Yeah. All you need, bro, is Antifa, dog. That's all you need. They'll start sitting on them agents, boy. And it gets a lot darker than this, President Trump. You putting their lives in danger. If they know what hotel you at, I'm saying if they know what hotel you staying at, all you need is some criminals now. Cause see, you got the organizers, the ACLU, all these civil rights organizations. All you need is some criminals to be there with them. Oh, what? ICE at this hotel? That's all you need. They'll sit on you. You know, it's boys in the streets. They murder people. They sit on dudes. They sit on dudes for 5-10 years to murder them. And they'll sit on just like Louis Mangione murdered that CEO. They'll sit on you and wait till you with your family and say, bro, you putting their lives in danger. I'm saying if that was my sister he shot, that couldn't end like that. That couldn't end like that. I promise you, I'll make it my life's mission. It couldn't end like that. I'm saying you're going to go around and you're going to do something to the right person, and I'm telling you, they can't beat the United States. Who trying to beat the United States? They're not going to go against America. They're going to go against that one ICE agent and they're going to bang them. That's all that's going to happen. ICE agent murdered today. President Trump, go pat yourself on the back. Because I didn't hear none of this happening whenever President Obama or President Biden, we laughing at President Biden because we got an old man who probably wearing a Depends. He probably got a pamper on and he can't stand up straight. But at least we had quietness in our country. We didn't have this chaos. That's chaos. Seeing an ICE agent shooting his hand like this in her window. You see his hand like this in her window upside her head. How he in danger if he on the side of her shooting? And I'm saying the people, they seeing this, you could come on TV and say whatever you want to say. That'll only work is if they don't have that video. That only works if they don't have that video. CNN playing the video. Fox News playing the video. MSNBC playing the video. So when people look at the video, they gonna judge for themselves. They don't care what you talking about. They judge it for themselves. Smashly, they did it to try to instill fear in the people, and it had the opposite effect. You angered the people. 1,000 protests. Pat yourself on the back. Keep going out there giving speeches, you idiot. Oh, yeah, you know. And pat yourself on the back. 1,000 protests all the way across America. They outside the White House. Here we go. What you gonna do? Call the National Guard, tell them to beat on, bro? What's gonna end up happening, President Trump? They gonna remove you from that office, man. That's what the Democrats' dream is to get you to overreact, do something stupid, order something stupid, and they gonna get you. They gonna try to get you locked, bro. I heard a Democrat. I ain't even gonna say nothing. They said if you live through your administration, they promised before anything they gonna get you locked up, President Trump. They promised that. I heard, I ain't even gonna say the Democrat name. He promised that if he lived through through his 4 years, when he get on the other side, we gonna finish what we started with him. How many times y'all heard Ghost Smashly? How many times you seen a short or an IG story? If you ain't following my IG, the link in the bio, where a Ghost talking about unity. How many times, Smashly, you heard me say unity on this live stream? It made me seem like I'm weak because I'm saying unity, because that's the right thing to tell him to do right now. If it was J.D. Vance, I wouldn't be telling him unity. But J.D. Vance don't have people that hate him like you do, President Trump. You just can't see everything. Y'all not seeing what I'm seeing. But you going to see it, though. By time next year, watch what I tell you. Summer Love loading, round 2. Summer Love loading, round 2. If that was a black man you had did that too, boy, I'm telling you, it'd be popping out here. If that was a black man you did that too, it's going to be popping out here, boy. I'm telling you, we going to burn your city to the ground, boy. That ain't no racist stuff, though. I'm just being real with you. What you want me to do? You want me to lie to you or be real to you? Ain't nobody scared of no police like that, bro. I promise you. No, bro, in Chicago, them boys kill cops. Lil Durk then shot at a cop or then killed or shot a cop before. King Von shot at a cop. Chief Keef shot. That's 3 famous rappers from Chicago, and they all shot cops. That's a rite of passage in Chicago. If you don't believe me, go Google it. Tupac shot a cop. What tough dude ain't shot no cop or shot at cops before? These people are not scared of no police like that, boy. I promise you. And you talking about, well, black people, like the white people ain't scared of them. They out there in their face. Y'all go watch it. Watch it. You ain't watching it. You ain't seeing it. They in their face. I saw a tall white dude. He went up to that ICE agent. He called him everything but a son of God. He was trying to antagonize him to do something to him. Stupid. Don't overplay your hand. You too aggressive. Why do something that you ain't gonna stick? You lose power when you do that. You lose power. Don't arrest nobody and the charges ain't gonna stick. Nobody ain't gonna respect you. Imagine you trying to whip your child and he laughing in your face. You got to take a different approach or a different angle, or you're not going to be able to discipline him. If he laughing at you when you trying to whoop him, maybe you shouldn't be trying to whoop him or something, because most kids ain't laughing when they getting a whooping. It's not a whooping if they laughing at you. It's not a whooping if they antagonizing you. It's not a whooping if they calling you out. And if you want to ICE to be able to do their numbers and not be getting agitated, then Secretary Noem tell President Trump to stop getting on TV saying everything they finna do. You putting them in life. All it's gonna take is for them to turn dark and them to start picking them off. And them dudes gonna stop joining ICE, because I'm saying their job is the hardest out of any police. Their job is terribly hard. They got people in neighborhoods when they looking for. The U.S. Marshals ain't having this problem, and they apprehend fugitives all the time. I don't see the FBI having these problems. You laughing? Oh yeah, okay. I'm not being fair about that. So you shouldn't be apprehending people's mamas and uncles who ain't committing no crime. You shouldn't be up at Home Depot trying to get the dude who's a good citizen. He's just not legal. That's your immigration policy. So live with it. You taking these people out their communities, they don't want these people to live. So live with the consequences, bro. That's your big boy pants. Keep shooting women in the head. Keep messing with people, though. You gonna get yours in the end, and all of us gonna laugh at you when it comes. Just like God said. He said he gonna mock. He tried to, but you shoot and foo. So when your time come, I'ma laugh at you. I'ma mock you. That's what God said. I'm going to come on Legal Wars Live and I'm going to mock you when you a lame duck, ineffective, no power president. You doing it to yourself, little by little, with 1,000 cuts. I'm saying they ain't even got one chamber of Congress. They don't have one chamber of Congress. When they get one chamber of Congress, it's going to look, bro, I'm telling you, they going to acquire so much power. I ain't even gonna say nothing, bro. You'll see for yourself. Just know Ghost gonna come on this live stream and I'm gonna laugh at you. I ain't gonna be in this car no more either. But imagine if I was in this car and what's gonna happen to you is so much worse. Think about that. Charlie Kirk got shot in the neck. Imagine you laying on that bed, you shot in the neck, man. You would have wished you could sleep in your car. You gonna be hoping, you wishing you could have. And wishing you could have. You get shot in the neck? What? That's bad, man. And I'm saying what's going to happen to you, President Trump. I'm trying to tell you, ain't listening. You can't see it. You thinking that them people could protect you. When them Democrats become president, I'm saying you ain't getting no protection. And I'm saying, I don't see how you could stop them from that motion that they have because you giving the voters, you got the voters. I'll let it slide. That ain't going to, the cheese could slide all the way to the floor. That ain't going to change nothing. I'll wait 3 years. Who cares? I got cases that I ain't even filed that's still 3 years. That I still let it slide to the flow. That's what I'm saying. You don't understand the mentality that you have. It's so sad. Because President Trump, 80 years old, it's probably his last hurrah in life. So the mentality that you got, that you've infected all of those good people, those good Americans to wear a tit for a tat, that's not God's word and that's not Christian and he don't care. He want to do a tit for a tat. Cheese slide, let it slide. You going to pay for it. Everything, you don't understand that. We pay for everything we do in life. Everything. And you know what? When I come on, I told you, I tried to tell you, starting in July last year, it's a choice. You could go this way or you could go this way. And you went this way. I'm trying to tell you, don't go that way, man. You go that way, but you go that way anyway. And then you're going to try to say somebody cheese slide because they trying to help you and you ain't listening. You need to listen to somebody who knows. I know what I'm talking about. And if you don't think I do, I'm going to laugh at you when your time comes. Everything I'm saying is right. Anybody next to him who's adult will say, what Ghost saying is right. Yeah, you need to chill. No, I don't need to chill. You need to chill. That's what need to happen. Your officers need to chill out. They could do it, bro. They can enforce the law without being aggressive. You could holler at a female without snatch. You don't have to snatch on a girl to get a girl number, bro. You could holler at the girl without being aggressive. I'm trying to put it in a way that we understand talking to girls. Well, what I'm saying, you can enforce them laws without being aggressive like that. Oh, Ghost, they out here messing with us. Well, stop going on national TV saying that you finna send 5,000 because you mad about Somalia. Stop talking. Do it in secret and silent. I wouldn't even, bro. President Trump was the President Obama. Didn't the President Obama, wasn't he the ones who had those facilities, like, or was that President Trump that had them old warehouses that they were putting people in? Which president that was in, bro? I'm saying I would be over there quiet. I'm sending ice out, Omar. I'm sending ice out, Smashley. I ain't saying nothing. Why you telling the American people they going? So you telling them that, and here come them two 17-year-olds on TV blowing the whistle. Hey, bro, ice, bro, I'm talking about, like, you probably didn't see that in that Renee Good situation. I seen videos where you can't hear nothing Ice saying. It's 100 people on the street, and they all got whistles. All you hear is whistles. I understand that's frustrating and agitating when you're trying to do your job. Stop telling people, stop getting their leader on TV with all that bluster. And then the border control dude, he on TikTok, like, I don't know who he think this is a cop. This dude is in charge of keeping our border safe, and he on TikTok walking around like he Chief Petty Officer Gomer Pyle. Y'all know who I'm talking about? The dude who in control of the Border Patrol. He on TikTok like he a celebrity. This a cop. He's supposed to be keeping the American people, the American border safe. And he on TikTok walking up like this, y'all. He a celebrity. Here he go. The police officer, Border Patrol, dude who in control of the Border Patrol. This how he looking like. Bro, I'm dead serious, bro. That's what he looking like, bro. Like a clown. I seen him, dog. I seen he on TikTok, bro. He making TikTok videos. The leader of the Border Patrol. What? Like he walking around, like it's a drill sergeant. Like go for real, like Chief Sergeant Gomer. Y'all go look him up. But type in leader of Border Patrol and then type in TikTok. This dude, this is a cop. A cop on TikTok walking around like he's something like border, bro. What? Dude, it's clown stuff. You talking about gross incompetence. Cheese slide and let it slide to the floor. You need the truth. I'ma stand 10 on the truth at all times. I'm not looking for President Trump to make me rich. I'm not looking for no politician, nobody. I don't care about that. I'ma tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. And when it happens, I'm going to laugh at you. I'm going to laugh in your face when it happens. Oh, yeah, I'm finna go to the library and everything, bro. I'm going to let you get off. I'm not scared of anything that could happen to me because I know as soon as a judge get it, it's going straight to the trash can, especially in New York. Especially in New York. Now, if I was in Mississippi, I might move different. If I was in Ohio, I'll move different. But in Connecticut, they arrested me in Connecticut. You got that poor little police officer psyched up because I'm telling him what's going to happen when we go to that court. Everything you doing out here, the judge throwing all of this is going to the trash. No, we not keeping no disturbing the peace, nothing. I'll take you to trial. I'll appeal that 1,000 times and take it to federal court or state court again when I'm finished. We not keeping no charges. That's going to the trash. That's trash can activity. I'm a legal person. I know look, the state troopers in New York arrested me one time. That wasn't going in the trash. I was going in there asking for mercy. They know what they doing. These the people, the feds, President Trump just think that he just whatever he says goes. And all that stuff he doing going to the trash. And when you go into court with it, it's going straight to the trash can. And so if you got all the federal judges in your back pocket, that's cool. We'll do it in state court. I got time. We'll take all them cases to state court. I got time. That's why I'm staying up here. I'm sure Dum Dum gonna give me some more cases, and I'll just start filing in state court. That's what I did in Texas. So I will just do them all in the state of New York. Because I'm saying if Governor Hochul is passing a law that allows you to sue a federal agent, then the state government in New York is aware of the nonsense that's going on with the federal government and the over aggressive police. I'm trying to help you. You don't have to listen to me. When your time comes, I'ma laugh at you. When your time come, this time Brian C and them, they not gonna come on the live stream with me this time. They gonna be like, man, Ghost is dirty. Cause I'm talking about when that boy facing the mud, like on January 6th, this time he really going to, bro, you don't see, I'm telling you, I know what's coming. And I'ma laugh at you when it happens. Laugh. I try to tell him, God said he gonna mock you when your fear coming, like a whirlwind. Cause all of it's coming for all of us. Some of y'all 70 years old, your time coming too. And what God said he gonna do, he gonna mock you. You wanna laugh? That's why I don't get down like that. I don't fool with people. I ain't laugh, Lord. I ain't laughing at that man. I don't fool with him. I ain't got nothing to do. Cause see, God don't like that. And I'm telling you, he'll let it loose. It's got your time going. We all gotta pay that piper. We all gotta stand before God. We all gotta. You ain't no better than nobody else. Don't let that little position you have or that big position get to your head. Remember what you went through 4 years ago. You're going to go through that again because of your actions. I tried to tell President Trump how to come in here this time and move away from that. You spent 1 year going after the Democrats. Letitia James, excuse me, he tried to charge her 2 times. The grand jury wouldn't even charge her. He couldn't even get a grand jury indictment. James called me Letitia James, them judges throwing that stuff in the trash can. They don't want nothing to do with that. But he not listening. He want to do it his way. He want to keep doing it his way. And you don't want to heed nobody who trying to help you, bruh. So do it your way. And wonder why you ain't great. Wonder why you can't get, bruh, he built up to 47%. That's about how many people. I heard a Democratic strategist say about 48% of the vote. He never got over 50%. But he know how to win, especially with a third-party candidate in the race. He know how to win with 50% of the vote. He know how to win with that. So you winning with it. For a second, you ain't listening. Look, I'm not saying that they the most ignorant people, man. I'm not trying to say that they ignorant. I can't say they all the way ignorant, my brother. You know what I'm saying? They too aggressive. That's what I think about them. They too aggressive. Exactly. A fool believes he sees, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, you don't understand. Look, if you doing it and it's not on camera, that's one thing. But why you gonna put your knee on a man's neck for 9 minutes on camera, bro? You gotta be the stupidest. Come on. This dude, he got a camera himself. He see the girlfriend with a camera. He know, bro, they blowing whistles. Bro, I swear, look at it. They got the whole neighborhood. I can't hear, bro. They got, look, I seen them in California, the ICE agent right here in front of the person talking. I can't hear nothing he's saying. All I hear is, the whole neighborhood blowing whistles. So you know they recording you. They out there telling people. They calling all their Hispanic friends. They doing everything they can to resist you. And you mad about it when it's your fault because you get on TV. Not the ICE agent's fault. They bosses, not Christie's fault. The big boss. It's his fault because he get on TV and he's talking about what he finna do to the Democratic governors and I'm saying, bro, it's not working. With the way you doing it is not working. Nobody's scared of your feds. You ain't got no charges that's gonna stick. You got 0 charges that's gonna stick. Trying to get the local and the state, trying to hide behind the local and the state police, bro. Okay, if you want to play it, I'm saying play it out. And in the end, we gonna laugh, bro. Because you gotta listen to people when they telling you stuff. You don't. What I'm telling you is the right thing. I just asked the people. Ask your wife. Go play this live stream in front of Melania and ask her if what I'm saying is not right. Play it in front of Don Jr. Nobody's talking about whether that ICE agent was right or wrong. That is irrelevant. The only thing that President Trump, whether that ICE agent is right or wrong, is irrelevant for you, my brother. It's irrelevant for Kristi Noem. It's irrelevant for Secretary Noem. It's irrelevant. Do you get that? The only person it matters whether he shot her in self-defense or murder, the only person that matters for is him. He's the only person getting charged with murder. Kristi Noem, you won't get charged with murder. President Trump, you won't get charged with murder. That only matters for him. If he shot her rightly or wrongly, that only matters for him. For the people, all that matters is what they saw with their eyes. That's it. It's what they saw with their own eyes. They don't care nothing about no ICE or nothing about this or nothing about that or nothing about none of that. All they care about is what they saw with their own eyes, man. Come on, y'all. Tell me where I'm wrong at. Orange says Secretary No Ma'am is a crook. Man, I'm not going to do that, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like y'all might feel that, and I understand where y'all coming from, but like that's Kristi, baby. That's why they coming. That's why they going to come at you like that. When they see stuff like that, it makes them feel uncomfortable. Because I'm saying, any Democrat, I'm an innocent observer now. That first shot, I mean, she shouldn't have put it in drive when he was somewhere in front of her car. Whether he was directly in front or not, that's a whole nother conversation. But she shouldn't have put it in drive when he was somewhat in front of her car. That's what I'm saying. That second and that third shot, he was dead wrong. Period. I don't care what you say, he dead wrong. He shot the second and third shot on the side of her, not in front. His life wasn't in danger at all. It's over aggressive policing. Just tone it down. That's all they saying. Tone it down. But you getting on TV. Brian C, y'all, did not go say this. Didn't go. Why you think I'm saying unity? You think I'm saying unity because I'm weak. I'm trying to preserve your power. Maybe even your freedom or your life. I'm trying to preserve that, Donald J. Trump. That's what I'm doing. Because I'm not saying unity because I'm weak. Bro, I sue more people and fight more. I'm more feisty and rowdy than almost anybody you know. But if you asking me to be, what you call that, to give advice to somebody, I'm not going to advise this man and put this man in a position to where he going to be no. That's what somebody doing. But hey, somebody said all his shots was wrong. What y'all think? Did y'all see the video? Y'all think all the dude's shots was wrong? This is what I'm saying. I'm saying this. I'm saying if I'm driving a car, right? Or look, you gotta understand the dude, he had just that homeless, that ICE agent, he'd been drugged not too long ago in the vehicle. Some kind of, I don't know what the Democrats or whoever, all these observers or these, even the foreign, I mean the what you call that? The what you call those people? The immigrants that's getting arrested. Even all of these people, I'm saying all of these people, like, for some reason, it's like it kind of organized and they know like, whenever they come at us, we're going to take the car and we're going to run. So they running in the car now. They running. I'm saying, they doing this. They agitators. You got all the information you need to combat it. You don't go shoot somebody in the head, bro. That's petty stuff. Now, the dude been drugged in the car. Okay, we know that he been drugged in the car. If you don't know, you know it now. So if you knowing that, if I'm standing even on the side of that car and she hit that gas, now I might shoot too. You got to be in bang. I'm in a lot of bang bang situations, and I'm saying if you don't train your mind to think in a bang bang situation, you go. I told somebody that the other day. If you go in prison, you got evil people in there. But about half of the people that's locked in prison, they made 10 seconds change their life. 10 seconds destroyed their life. 10 seconds, one mistake, one decision. I pulled the trigger, I shouldn't have pulled the trigger. I made a mistake. Them situations so quick, they happen so fast, it's bang, bang. So that first shot, yeah. But the fact that he was in Border Patrol for over 5 years, he was in ICE for over 5 years, that lets me know that you should have been trained after your left hand went down on that and you shot one time. Once that girl passed up your window, you know she not on you. You know how she running you over in the car passing you up. How your life in danger in the car beside you. You done put your hand on the car, you passed the car, she riding beside you while you shoot 2 more times. That's what I'm saying. That first shot, it's going to be hard. Listen, President Trump and them not going to charge him. The state of Minnesota going to charge him with murder. Yeah, it's coming. The state of Minnesota is going to charge that boy with murder. And if he don't, when the Democrats take over, he getting charged. If it was me, you know what I would do? If I was President Trump, I would have charged him and pardoned him. How you gonna pardon him if he can't pardon him for Minnesota's charges? He can only pardon him for federal charges. So whatever Minnesota try to do, they're gonna just try to get a case working. And whatever case they gonna come behind them, the federal government, when they take over, they're gonna get at them, bro. I'm being real with you. You don't have to listen to me. Listen to yourself. But whenever what I say come true this time, I'm not going to just be humble and modest. I'm going to laugh at you. Publicly laugh at you. Laugh at me all you want to right now. Your time coming. Your time coming. And I'm going to share your laughter at you. Dang, golly. Y'all hear what Orange say? Orange knows some stuff. Because he probably is on opioids. That sound about right because he did get drugs 6 months ago. He wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So he probably is. Orange probably right. But I'm saying President Trump, if you got to distance yourself from that. Because if not, they're going to put that on you. They can't vote for that Homeland Security. The only person who could do something to that Homeland Security, that ICE agent is either the governor of Minnesota or that attorney general. Ain't nobody can't do nothing to that ICE agent besides President Trump. Brian, I seen the video 1 trillion times. 1 trillion. I seen it 1 trillion times. That's why I said, Brian, when he shot that first shot, I'm not going to charge him with that first shot. Not me, not Ghost. Because of the circumstances. But I'm saying whenever that girl go by him, Brian, them other 2 shots, bro, it ain't no excuse for that other 2. In my opinion, he didn't have to shoot once. In my opinion, he didn't have to shoot once. My police officer wouldn't have shot one time. First of all, like you done walked around her car one time recording her. You see, listen, Brian, this is what I'm saying. I watched the video. When I'm watching the video, I see her brake lights on. I see her move back about 1 inch or 2. I see her move forward about 1 inch or 2. I see her move. So he know that car was transit. He knew, bro, he's got to know eventually she going to hit the gas. He got to know that's going to happen. So if I had any common sense, if I see that car moving back and forth, when I see that agent come around and go to grab on that door, when I see that agent go to grab on that door, I know she finna hit that gas. You gotta know that. I'm saying you putting yourself in the line of fire, really. But like I said, that first shot, you'll give it to him. That first shot was in that in the front window. That very first shot went through that front window. So he did shoot it from the front. Even though it was on this side, it was on the left side, it was still in the front, that first shot. Them other two shots were uncalled for, Brian C. And you know I love you, my brother. I love everybody. I don't have nothing against it. Nobody. I want to see him win. I'm saying you can't ask me to pick no Republican or Democrat, but I definitely cannot go over to that side right now with that stuff looking like that, man. I'm just being real with you. I definitely can. Y'all see the birds flying by the window. I can't go over to that other side with it looking like that, man. I can't do it. I'm sorry. Like, I believe in protecting the rights of the people. Look, Brian C., President Trump went in Venezuela. He got Maduro. That's a great job, right? Well, if you talk to the Venezuelan people, they'll tell you they was in a worse spot than they are now than when he got Maduro. So did you do that for the Venezuelan people or do you do it for the oil? I heard that vice president was treating the Venezuelan people worse than Maduro was in some incidents. Got the government cracking down on them. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying, how did that help the Venezuelan people? Say you go over to Iran and you topple and you get rid of the supreme leader. You might get an Iranian president that is 30 times worse than that supreme leader ever was. You might bring another president. The next Iranian president might be the Antichrist. He might be 100 times worse to the nation of Israel than that supreme leader was. That's what I'm saying. You can't do things for clout. You can't do them for power. You can't do them for show. You got to get results. If your results is money, you trying to get money off of oil, I'm saying money is the root of all evil. That's what God said. But hey, don't listen to ghosts. Don't keep doing what you're doing. Keep getting your money and saying God's name, saying y'all Christians. This the party of Christians now. Keep chasing your money. That's what you're doing. I mean, it just seemed like the Democrats, they just got a step or two ahead of you, man. And y'all just need to change course in your actions on some of this stuff that y'all doing. Orange said the tires were turned all the way to the right, and Brian C., they really was. I'm saying, if you in front of that car, I don't see how you don't see it. Maybe you're not paying. I mean, I guess you're going to look at her. Instead of looking at the tires, he might be looking at her, Orange. But I'm saying, even if he was looking at her, he got to see her doing this on the wheel. Okay, he wasn't looking at the tires. He was looking at her. If he looking at her, he got to see her doing this on the wheel. Okay, he wasn't looking at her. He wasn't looking at the tires, Ghost. He was looking straight ahead. That's why okay, but still in all, once you shot that first shot, bro, you shouldn't have shot no more shots. In my opinion, if you were for me, you shot that one shot, I would have fired you. And you were going to have to deal with Minnesota on your own. If that was me, that's how I would deal with her. I don't want no lawsuits against the United States. I don't want my name on an immigration policy that looks like that. I can't have nothing to do with that. Nothing. I know how that's going to turn out. That's going to turn out in laughter for you. You don't have to listen to me, but when November come, I'm going to be laughing at you. Yeah, to do what they're intended to do, and that's to deport people who are illegally in America, not what you're doing right now. And the way you do that, Brian C. and y'all, Brian C., don't do that to Smashley. He said Malcolm X. Hey, hey, don't do that. Brian C., the way you do this right now, the way you do it is you got to tamp down. You're too aggressive, man. You can't be that aggressive with that policing, man. You need to bring that down some. You don't lose. I'm saying how for you to bring that down. So how you deport less criminals? You're gonna deport more criminals. How you deport less? Bro, the people spend I'm telling you, I know it, I see it. I guess y'all don't absorb or consume as much of this information as me. You got people, they riding around Minneapolis right now looking for ICE. Looking for them everywhere. And when they find them, they blowing the whistles. If you come to their neighborhood, all the neighbors coming outside blowing the whistles. Real talk. And I know that's aggravating Brian C. And yes, they are agitators. And yes, they are breaking the law. All of that is right. But you going on TV, I'm sending 5,000 agents to Minneapolis. And they like, come on, idiot. You know how President Obama's doing it? He had 8,000 of them in Seattle already, and ain't nobody knowing it. But we going on TV looking at these old Walmarts, and they saying that they got immigrants in these old Walmarts when President Obama was president. You know what he doing? He coming out on TV. Oh, Brian C. What's up, Brian C.? He a cool character. Bro, I know so many civil rights groups that were so upset at President Obama. They were so mad at him, he was scared that he wasn't even going to get reelected. Y'all don't know about this. I'm telling you, Ghost know. So many civil rights groups, they couldn't believe President Obama was deporting that many people. And when he almost lost that election, you know what he come out there and do? You know what he come out there and do? Oh, we need comprehensive immigration reform. And he started deporting more people than ever before. I guess maybe that's why President Biden's administration, they wanted to do it different. So they opened up the doors. I don't know what's going on. All I know is you don't deport people. You're not going to deport people with people blowing whistles in your neighborhood. And you got them blowing whistles in the neighborhood. So, Brian C., y'all tap yourself on the back for having the people blowing. Don't go on national TV trying to look like a suit. You got the Border Patrol dude out there. He probably letting them know, hey, y'all, we got a show today in Los Angeles. What's his name? I forgot the dude's name. I had heard his name. Borgio or whatever his name is. Brian C., what's the Border Patrol dude's name? He probably going on there, hey, y'all, we got a show out there. He probably on there, Turkalate. What's that called? Jiggleate, Turkalate, Trizzolate. He Trizzolating. He Trizzolating on TikTok, and he in the control of the border. He the Border Patrol dude. Oh, y'all, we got to show it like he entertainment. I know, Chrissy Nome, you got to see that President Trump. You got to see what the dude doing. He on TikTok. Is he running for president or something? What's he on TikTok for? Out there like Gomer Powell yelling at people. You see what I'm saying? Oh, he probably out there. We got a show in Seattle today, y'all. And so in Seattle, all the people out there in the neighborhood with whistles waiting for you to show up because you telling them you coming. All they going to do is go outside. They know where you coming to. They know where the ICE facilities are. And they going to wait for y'all to leave, and they following y'all, and they blowing whistles. You doing it to yourself. Somebody with some sense trying to help you. You doing this to yourself. The Democrats, you could blame the Democrats, but you doing it to yourself. They just playing along with how they know you are. And they know you overly aggressive, so them police is going to have your personality. So all we got to do is poke them in the head and, hey, we got another George Floyd. What happened after George Floyd? Ain't nothing for him worked after George Floyd. Everything went straight to the trash can. That George Floyd, he gonna end up out there with the Bible. He ended up out there with the Bible like this. He holding the Bible like this. That's how he gonna end up out there with the Bible. Y'all remember that? He'll end up with General Milley and them, And he holding the Bible upside down like that. Bro, I'm telling you, them same forces of darkness, President Trump, you might have had them, but you might be building your own secret army, but I'm saying they working against you right now. They working against you. Behind the scenes, they not going to stop. They going to keep fighting now. Oh, yeah. Patrol Chief Greg Bavino. Y'all look up Greg Bavino TikTok and tell me if that's how you want your Border Patrol agent to the chief of your Border Patrol. Tell me if y'all want him to look like Greg Bavino. That boy look like Gomer Powell 2.0. Hey, he look like Patrol Chief Gomer Powell. Boy, you look like Gomer Powell. People don't understand. They be thinking he look cool, bro. You look goofy, bro. I don't want to know. Listen, y'all, listen. You see how much respect them U.S. Marshals get? That's how I want all my police to be like. The U.S. Marshals. Love and respect. And they go after fugitives. I don't see nobody hating on the Marshals because they professionals. The state of New York, their police department, the officers that I came in contact with, they're professionals. ICE ain't acting like professionals. You could apprehend your criminals. You could kick in the doors, wave in the fofos. You could be tough without being stupid. You could be tough without being aggressive. You could be strong without, you could get fear. That's not how you get people to fear. You get fear through respect. They don't respect you. They ain't scared of you. You shoot too many of them, though, you might start something you can't put out. But don't listen to ghosts, though. You know, just know when it start, I'm going to be laughing now. We be laughing, homie, but this here is serious. What Ghost laughing for? Because he told you, like God said, he going to mock you. You laughed at him. You laughed at him. I'm talking about the boy down bad trying to help, and you laughed at him. Okay. This dude, okay, he can't see, huh? It's like God put you through this 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and as soon as he give you another chance, you worse than you was the first time. Won't listen to nothing. Hard-headed. What can I do with that? If everyone minded their own business more, Smash, I kind of agree with that. Orange says Trump comes from an immigrant family and he has felonies. He would have to deport himself. Hey, it's people got that energy, man. You know what I'm saying? They just got that energy, man. You got to deal with that. You should know that. Look, if people got it, you know how to diffuse a situation. President Trump never got taught how to diffuse nothing. That's the problem. It's really a political diffusion. That's all I'm talking about is unity. President Trump, he could be behind the scenes smacking them still. But in front of the cameras, you got to know, you got to have some kind of game, bro. You can't act like you just going to be all the way real and honest about everything. You could be honest without spelling it out. We taking Venezuela's oil. Okay, maybe you are. But I would... I wouldn't be coming with y'all. So Brian C., would you come out there and say, oh, we're going to run Venezuela and take their oil? What? I wouldn't say that publicly. It might be what you do. I would say it in a different way. Well, at this time, guys, what we're going to do is we're just going to, stay on top of what's happening in Venezuela, which you could understand. Because it's a transition of governments. We want to make sure the transition is right. The people of Venezuela is right. So we're going to just stay on top of what's going on in Venezuela. And at the same time, we're going to help rebuild their infrastructure. And the way we do that is by sending in some American companies to help them out. All you got to tell them. When she asked you the question again, trying to get to what President Trump told her, he just spilled the beans without them even having to ask him. When she asked the question, trying to get him to say what he said, I just repeat what I just said. I'm not going to say it like that. Yeah, you honest, you true, and you transparent. I'm just not gonna say it like that. I'm gonna say how I'm gonna say it. That's not how I'm gonna say it, me personally. If we got each illegal on an extra ID theft and tax fraud charge, we negate arguing, deporting people without criminal record, easily turn one. That's what I'm saying, and I understand that, Donnie. But Donnie, we got to get to that point. You can't get to that point the way he's doing it now. Oh yeah, we gotta support the protesters in Iran. That's a good question. Smashley, do you support those protesters in Iran? I don't see how you could not support. How could you support protesters in America and not in Iran and not in Venezuela? You see what I'm saying? In my opinion, if you down with the people, you down with the people. And if you not, you not. It don't matter what country you in. You know what I'm saying? I'm down with the people. The politicians that's down with the people, that's who I rock with. You know what I'm saying? And Brian, see, what I'm saying is it just looks like right now that President Trump is down with ICE in the businesses. That's what it looked like. It don't look like he down with the people. Yeah, the protesters who fighting for their own freedom, Smashley, yeah. Those protesters, that's who he talking about. Yeah, you see that, Brian? See, I know she was going to say that. You know what I'm saying? I know she going to say that. You got to support them. You know what I'm saying? You have to. That's what I'm saying, President Trump. We support them. And President Trump, I know he going to go after Iran, and I'm for it. Look, when he was going after Iran the first time, I kind of felt like that was more like Israel's problem. Like, so you just protect Israel, make sure Israel good, make sure ain't nobody else jump in the fight. You know what I'm saying? But let Bibi do his thing. He was over there. Bibi was over there knocking Iran upside the head. So I felt like let Bibi doing his thing. You don't want America to look like a bully. There is a part of America inserting itself in these situations that help America in situations with Russia and China showing strength. I understand that you're showing strength, but you don't want to overdo it. That's the thing. You don't want to overdo it because if you overdo it, you feel what I'm saying? You don't want to overplay your hand. It's like they don't think like me. But that's why God will give you somebody like me to be able to help you, but you got to be able to listen to what I'm telling you, man. If you can't hear me what I'm saying, then how can I? If you can't hear me, I don't know what to tell you, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you can't hear me what I'm saying, I don't know what to tell you. You got to listen, man. Some people understand politics. I'm saying President Trump, he got 1,000 things on his mind. And probably one of the things he don't have on his mind, but I'm saying you cannot be aggressive like that. Overly aggressive. You over policing. You getting charges that's not going to stick. That's what I'm saying. Why charge somebody that's not going to stick? Imagine if you somebody's parent, you somebody's mama, right? And you put them on punishment, and as soon as you put them on punishment, they daddy come and take them off punishment. Why put them on punishment? Does that make sense, y'all? That's all I'm saying, y'all. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Man, listen, this is what I'm saying, though. Listen, Brian C., you charge somebody with charges that don't stick. You doing like I don't understand. Like I cannot understand that. It's like, why charge him with the charge if it's not gonna stick? Does that make it to you? It don't make no sense to me. It weakens you. It makes you look like you're ineffective. That's what I'm saying. If you got two parents, and if I'm the mama, you know, if daddy got you know which parent got all the weight in the eye. You could tell by which one the kids respect. You see what I'm saying? That other parent, they might not have no respect for that other parent. I'm saying, how can that other parent tell him anything if he don't respect him? Okay, mama told me not to do this. As soon as daddy get home, I'm going to tell daddy, and everything mama said going to the trash. That's what's happening with President Trump's doing. You don't have the supreme authority or it's not there. He might be trying to create an authoritarian state, but there's too many people. That's what I'm saying. In order for you to do that, you need a politician who's got 70% of the electorate. President Trump don't have enough of the electorate who was standing with him from the get-go to be able to turn America into an authoritarian state without a civil war. You gonna start a civil war? It's too many Democrats. Your opposition is too strong.